Bonjour tout le monde. Pour ceux qui ne me connaissent pas, je m'appelle Monica Gattinger. Je suis directrice de l'Institut de recherche sur la science, la société et la politique publique ici à l'Université d'Ottawa. Ça me fait un énorme plaisir de vous accueillir aussi ici cet après-midi, surtout en si grand nombre. C'est formidable. For those who don't know me, my name is Monica Gattinger. I'm director of the Institute for Science, Society and Policy here at the University of Ottawa. I'm also author of the book that brings us here today. So when the book came out in December, somebody asked me, so are you going to do a book launch? And that actually struck some fear into my heart. Not something that I'm really comfortable doing. So I thought about that for a while, and I decided instead, rather than do a traditional book launch, that I'd organize a panel, bring together some leaders from the cultural sector to use the book as essentially a jumping off point for a conversation about the past, the present, and the future of the arts, of arts funding, and of arts organizations. So this is actually the first in a series of panels that I'm organizing in a number of different cities throughout the country and a few internationally as well. So I'm delighted to have all of you with us here today. I'm so pleased to see so many familiar faces in the room, so many people who have been involved integrally in the development of the book. It's just have a large smile on my face. Very honored as well to have both the Canada Council represented here as well as McGill-Queen's University Press. So I'd like to begin by inviting Philip Cercone, who's Executive Director of McGill-Queen's University Press, to say a few words of welcome. Philip believed in the project from the outset. He understood the project from the outset. I was honored and so pleased that he signed me as an author with McGill-Queen's, and it has been nothing but a pleasure to work with MQUP. So please join me in welcoming Philip to the stage.
Merci Monica et merci d'être ici entre nous ce soir pour le lancement de livres et panels publics ici à l'université. C'est aussi le lancement du livre Les fondements de la culture, de pouvoir de l'art. I was delighted actually that we were chosen to be the publisher of the work and honored. I think Valerie Hussey brought us together, an old friend of both of us. And I took pleasure in being the editor of the book. I'm supposed to be the executive director of the press, and they tell me all the time that I'm supposed to be involved with the vision thing, whatever that is. And but I do enjoy the task that I enjoy the most is working with authors, and I do deal with a number of authors myself, of the 150 new authors that we publish each year. So I would like to welcome you all here. It is a project that I take delight in because when I first came to Ottawa after I did graduate work and I was looking for a university post, I actually began working with the Canada Council when there was a social science and humanities division of the Canada Council that most people don't recall. So if you want, someday I'll write my own history of the Canada Council, but what happened in the halls. Anyway, I would like to welcome you to The Roots of Culture, The Power of Art, authored by Monica, and where she outlines the history of the Canada Council, how it was founded, and the ongoing debates about its goal, and more importantly, the impact that it has played in Canadian life and Canadian culture. So she traces the Council's shift from focusing on artistic supply and building the roots of Canadian arts and culture in its early years to its expanded focus on the power that the arts have in this country, in our society, in our time. And she looks at all the Council's activities. But what I saw from what I saw in the book and why I enjoyed the book is the strengths of the book is the combination of the storytelling that exists there, but also coming from her field, she provides insightful analysis. So I hope you will agree that it has been beautifully produced and that the photos in the book do the text justice. I know that the text is unmatched, and that the roots of culture, the power of the arts, it will become an essential reading for us all. So thank you for inviting me, and congratulations.
Thank you, Philip. And just a word on your point about you hope I will agree that it is beautifully produced. I couldn't be more pleased. What I had in mind for the book is precisely what McGill-Queen's delivered on. And we all know, I think, in this room that you can't produce a book about the Canada Council for the Arts without having it be a beautiful piece of art in and of itself. It's a book you want to hold in your hands, and I am tremendously grateful to McGill-Queen's for making that happen. So thank you very much for that. I'd now like to invite Tara Lapointe, who is Director of Outreach and Business Development with the Canada Council for the Arts, to also say a few words. Tara, like Philip, has been a strong supporter of the project for the last few years. A real pleasure to work with, and the Council has been just absolutely outstanding at not only supporting the project, but doing so at arm's length every step of the way. That arm's length status and principle is really very much in the DNA of the organization. So please join me in welcoming Tara.
It's a real pleasure to be here. As Monica said, I've been with Council throughout the time that she's been working on this book and in researching and writing it. And I've gotten to know Monica a little bit. I know her to be highly approachable, deeply curious, and a rigorous researcher, which is so evident as you pour through the chapters of this book. This book is not only about an organization, it's also about our country, a country that had the foresight and will to create a body that would support artists, knowing the role that artists play in shaping our identity and our understanding of ourselves, and how we interpret the world and the events within it. Council is really fortunate to have had this storied history of the last number of years, and I look forward to hearing the panelists discuss key moments in our policy up to this moment and what we need moving forward. Council is currently shaping the next 60 years and hopefully beyond. And we're very uniquely placed in a period of growth for us in light of new money from the federal government, a position of real privilege compared to many arts councils around the world. For more on the Canada Council, you are very welcome to read our strategic plan and our specific commitments to artists, including an increase in funding to Indigenous artists, the presence of Canadian artists on the international stage, and to the next generation of artists. And maybe just on that note, in addition to this wonderful event today, the Canada Council will host its annual public meeting next week on Tuesday at 4 o'clock at 150 Elgin, and you are all very welcome.